Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to my Thursday photo editing live stream where you can send in your pictures and I edit them here live using Olympus Workspace or sometimes Lightroom, Photoshop Lightroom. And I also put my picture out there for you guys to edit. It's always fun to see what you guys do with my image, and I think it's very educational and inspirational to see uh, all the different edits on one photo from so many different people. You know, it's really amazing what you guys do. And also, you know, being able to download my photo and trying to emulate what others are doing with it so that you can learn as well, I think is very useful. Uh, so with that said, let's go ahead and see who's here. We have Seraphin, good to see you. Randy's back, Stephen Page, awesome. And Bob is back, and John Yutze, good to see you. Let's see if everything works. Almost, right? I had to swap batteries and make sure I put the mic back on and um, open up everything, download. There's a lot to do in 5 minutes, man. I almost broke a sweat just doing all that. So, yeah, you know, first world problems, right? Everyone should be so lucky. I feel very blessed, really, to have the lifestyle that I do, even with no money coming in. A little rough. But anyway, we all got problems, right? So Music Sound Gear, good to see you. John Yutze, Scott Mumford, and Paul Seller. Marjorie's back. Oh, hey, Marjorie. Did you stay during the whole stream last time? You were really quiet. You just kind of dropped in and then never saw you again. um, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. There's a lot of pictures here. I have looks like 19 of them. Let's see, four. Let me switch over to that page. Yeah, 4, 8, 12, 16, and 3. Yeah, 19 images plus 13 viewer edits. So we'll go ahead and start here. And I'm going to really have to stick to the timer. Are things cut off a little bit? Hold on. I think it's just my screen. Sorry, I have to adjust this. There we go. Okay, let me restart the timer. Let me look at the EXIF real quick. So this from Randy, EM1 Mark II with a 7 to 14 f2.8 at 14 millimeters at 4/1/100th ISO 64. All good settings. I would have shot this at ISO 200 because, you know, when you lower the ISO, what I understand is when you go below base ISO, you lose highlights potentially. I mean, I haven't tested for myself, but that's, I think academically speaking, that's the issue. But anyhow, let's see. Skip yours till next time. No, we'll get through them. Okay. Let me do a square crop. Let me see. I like that. No, we'll keep it 4:3. I need to come in a little tighter. Maybe about right there. I like how he's looking. Let's try wider. I want to get the entire window in there. And let me see if I can fix the aspect ratio, the skewing error, or keystoning. I get all those terms mixed up. Go this way. All right, right there. Let me think. Something still looks off here. Maybe a slight rotation. Yeah, right there. All right, that's pretty good. A little bit more keystoning. This way. All right, perfect. And what I'm going to do now is bring the highlights in. See if I can save that background some. I mean, Lightroom does a really good job with the highlights. This is the one weak spot for Workspace, really. Yeah, that's not helping, so I'll just leave the exposure. Let me try that. And I'm going to put a pin right in here. If I can bring the shadows up without filling the highlights. And let's bring the blacks in a little bit more. And gradation, I'm sure, is fine, but let's do auto here. Well, I should have done that first. Let me reset this tone curve. I think, yeah, there's no saving those highlights. And maybe a tiny bit of the haze. You might be able to get some of that background in a little better. Tiny bit of clarity. And let's warm it up a bit. I'm running out of time. What about 68? A bit too much. Let's crop in a little bit to the left. Okay, time's up. So let's see how we did. Very mild edit there, really. But yeah, that's not bad. I really tried to bring the background in, the highlights in the background. Again, Lightroom would have done a better job, but we didn't do too bad here. And then obviously the keystoning. And compositionally, I mean, I don't like the guy being front and center, but at the same time, I didn't want to lose that landscape in the background. So that was kind of my thinking there. Okay, let's go to the next one. I don't know why my window keeps shrinking here. All right, let's see. Yeah, the driver is the story, right? But I still think environmentally, I think I still would want to keep all of that. Okay, what do we have here? This is from Music Sound Gear, and this is the M1 Mark II, the 25f1.8 at f8, 1/800th, ISO 200, spot metering. So you must have spot metered these clouds or the sky. Okay, good settings though, I think. And I'm going to just bring up the shadows first with a gradation. And oh, that didn't help much at all, did it? So these are really crushed. Compositionally, this tree is a little heavy relative to the background. I think I'm going to just square it off a little bit. Let me try. Yeah, that's a little better. A little bit off the right. That's kind of too tight, but I kind of like the framing that I'm getting. All right, we'll go with that. And then let's pull in this. Let's turn off the noise filter. Let's do a little straightening. Like so. Let's warm it up. a tiny bit here. And from the haze, oh my God, thank you, Randy. Thank you, John. You like this crop? Nice looking fishing spot. Yeah, awesome. But thank you very much, Randy. That helps a lot. I tell you, man. Uh, sorry. My mom is freaking out about that from the phone call earlier, but nothing I can do about it tonight, so. I need to be a little bit warmer. Not that warm. Let me see if I can tint the skies a little bit. Got a minute left here. Let me kill the luminance on the skies. And I need to tilt it back a little bit this way. What do we got? Just green and blue. I wish this part was a little bit stronger red, but there's just not enough red in there. All right, let's do on the sky. Let's make the skies a little bit more teal. And then crank this a little bit bluer. Ten seconds. Let's touch the tone curve a bit. Oh, all right, we'll call it. All right, seriously. Yeah, I can't do anything about that now. All right. I'm sorry for the interruption, guys. My mom is just... Okay, let's see. I think that's it. So let's see the before and after. This was music's. So mainly it was in the crop, right? Um, I just had to get rid of, a little bit of straightening and get rid of the heaviness of the tree. It was just too dark. Um, so I think if this was a sunset picture, it'd have been a good idea to spot meter the way you did. But because this is in broad daylight, it's only blue sky. Whereas a sunset can have a lot of different colors, right? But with a blue sky, you could have probably just exposed this normally rather than spot metering on the sky and still be able to pull back the blue color and then retain the shadows. Because that's the main challenge with this is all the shadow areas. And there was plenty of blue, so I think that's the only thing I would have done different looking at this. Okay, let's go to the next one. We have so many today, so I really got to work fast. We're doing a EM10 Mark III with a 40 to 150. Looks like the kit lens at 77 millimeters, 1/60th ISO. Yeah, a little more framing on the left. Yeah, I agree, Bob. I had to rush it a little bit. Let's see. On this one, this is from Stephen Page. All right, so whenever I see a little pop of color, I like a pop art. And then I'm going to do a square crop. Let's do this. And we'll keep a little hint of yellow in there, maybe right there. Maybe that, yeah, that works. That's a little tight. Okay, good. And then, no, I don't like it after I looked at it. Let's go back to your original idea. Maybe standard 4x3. Let me cut off out of vertical. No, my original idea on the square was right. It has to come in a little bit. All right. And let's just pull just a tiny bit more in the shadows and highlights. And then check our sharpening and turn off our noise filter. And add a little vignette. And it's about the right color temperature. It's a little bit warm. Maybe pull it back just to about 50 to 300. Just so the snow looks a little whiter. And all right, a little more. A little bit more in the shadows. And a little bit less in the blacks. All right, good. I could probably do a tad more saturation. Some dehaze and clarity. Yeah, less dehaze. Clarity. All right, let me look at the crop again. I don't want to get it too tight, but just let that resolve. I think that's all I got time for. A little bit more in the shadows. Right about there. Okay. Let's see how we did. Okay, not bad. I think we brought the colors out and the contrast and the white balance look about right. So, yeah, it's a really nice shot, I think. All right, good. Let's go to the next one. Thanks, Steve. Nice shot. Oh, is Randy leaving? Oh, all right, Randy. Be safe, man. We'll see you later. Okay. Oh, thank you, John. Let's see. We have nice tree line from Scott Munford. Sort of a grove of trees, I guess. Needs to be a little straightening and some crop, but I think we're good. EM1 Mark II, 12 to 100 f4, 54 millimeters f5.612. Yeah, excellent settings. Excellent settings. I wouldn't do anything different. So let me do some straightening. Oh, thank you, Lysippus. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's do a square crop again. And And are the trees symmetrical? This tree and this tree. Yeah, so we need to do some keystoning here. Let me turn off the noise filter, pull the sharpness back in. Let me do some straightening, and then I think I'll do a soft art filter. We need to kind of I think I need to go this way. No, I need to go this way. All right, now is this line, this tree and this tree, they crop in a bit. And keystoning wise, no. Okay, right there. And then that's my crop. We're still there. Okay. So let's do soft focus. And then just compress the tone curve a bit. Maybe right about there. Vignette this a little bit heavier. And let's warm it up. A touch of magenta. Let me look at the crop again. Okay, with that crop. I wish this was a little darker back here. Maybe we can do a little bit of a cloning. Let me see. Ugh. Nah, that's not working. Oh, forget it. I'm just going to mess that up. Yeah, that's a nightmare. All right, we'll leave that alone. Oh, I'm out of time. Dang it. All right. So, let's see how we did. I shouldn't have wasted time with that clone stamp. Let that render out. And it's okay. It's an okay edit. I'm not particularly proud of this one. It's a really nice shot. I just not proud of this edit. It might look a little better by itself. Yeah. Dang it. It's a really cool shot. I just didn't do good on the editing, but I tried. I tried, Scott. Okay, let's see what else we got. We have EM1 Mark or EM10 Mark II with a 25mm Panasonic 1/4000th, 1/60th ISO. Wow. Really bright out. Man. This is the Morgan shot. I think um, let's try and bring something back. Oh, a monochrome. Yeah, you're right, DeMorgan. A monochrome would have been interesting. Yeah, beaches are very, yeah, you're right. You know, let me just switch that to monochrome because this red thing here is bothering me. Anyway, I know I shouldn't go back. Let's do a red filter to bring down the greens. And then we can crush the blacks a little more. I think that's a little more interesting, right? Like that. Okay, sorry about that, DeMorgan. Let me go back to, dang it. That's a lot better. Okay, let me go back to your image. Um, okay, let me fix the gradation, see if I can bring up a little bit of this. That brought it way up. I'm gonna definitely go black and white because there's no sky left. And then we'll do a split tone. Let's throw a green filter, or a red filter in, pull the greens and blues back maybe. But brighten up, yeah, that didn't do much. Yeah, the colors are gone on this. Let me do a little straightening. Okay. And let's work on let's just do 100% the haze. And some clarity. And I'll see if I can bring some of the tones back. On that thing. All right. And some heavy vignette. A little more straightening. It's always hard to straighten these old buildings because a lot of times things are not straight, right? Um, and then let's split tone it. Let's do a little bit of a sepia look here, but then make the highlights a little blue. A little bit too strong. There. Okay. See if I can do something with these reds and the highlights. Pull this back to normal. All right, I think that's it. This is already cropped really tight. The only thing I don't like is this one pole here. So let me see if I can get rid of that. Ah, that's weird. It's like it brushed it in, but it didn't apply any of the tones. Oh, there we go. All right, good. Let's do a before and after. And yeah, I think that came out pretty good. Nice little split tone and brought out, you know, what do you call that thing? Cabin. That would be a really cool place to live. It looks like it's got this nice wood fireplace and everything going on. Okay. Let's do the next one. We have here. Oh, thank you, DeMorgan. And thank you, Stephen. Um, what is this? Some kind of fossil or? Oh, this is some kind of seaweed. All right. This is from Bob. All right, EM5 with a 12 to 50, 32 millimeter f620. Yep, all looks good. Protozoa seaweed. Yes, that makes sense. Hmm. All right. Is there enough room if I do that and then do this? No, just barely. Do that, and I don't think there's enough color left in that seaweed, but let's see. Not really. Um, maybe. Oh, I didn't put my timer on. Sorry. Yeah, do that. And do that. Pull this off. And we'll continue the split toning here. Trying to crank. Let's go with these reds. I like that. I don't like the cyan though. Go to the green channel. Now, blue channel. Okay. And yet, I'd really like to, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna call it there. Uh, so there's a before and after. Now it looks like a fossil. But it's interesting because you have to kind of really look at it to see what it is. Oh, I know what we can do. If I put in a green filter, let me see if that pulls up that. It didn't do much. All right, we'll leave it at that. So let that render out a bit, but I like it. Come on, render. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now we can really look at all the details and everything in the seaweed. Yeah, that's better. Not sure about the red tint. Maybe back that off a little bit, but I think that looks pretty good. All right. Oops, almost missed one here. Let's see. We have. Oh, thank you, Scott. Wow, look at this from Ed Krisiak. Um, Man, lots of colors here. Let's and what was the Exif? EM5 Mark III, 12 to 45 Pro, f6.3. Yep, all good. Man, 1/6 of a second. Man, that's pretty slow. Um, but that's, man, that's a good job hand holding. Everything's still pretty sharp. It's just a little bit off center and everything, right? I mean, this line should be centered. It'd be a little more interesting. Or we'd have more symmetry anyway. So, okay, Lysippus, we'll see you later. I know it's late. I know it's late for a lot of you. Uh, let's see. Maybe I'm just going to do pop art and see where it, yeah, that takes us. It's either that or the instant film. I like the instant film too for a shot like this. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and let's pull in the gradation and then see if we can save the highlights. Look at this tone curve, man. Or the histogram is totally flat. Okay, we'll do that. I don't think there's any point in trying to fix the aspect, this keystoning being off center. Maybe a square crop, but it's going to look weird because it's not quite centered. That's a little better. What I got? I got 2 minutes. Let me try keystoning correction. Okay, Bob. Sorry. We'll see you maybe on Sunday. Thanks for coming in. I know it's really late for you guys. If I can just pull this in a little bit more. I just want to make this symmetrical. That's working actually. Let me just recrop it a little bit this way. And what was my keystoning? What the heck did I do? I stretched it out. Yeah, I stretched it out on that side. That's what I wanted to do. All right, that's good enough. Still could use a little more. I can't do any more. It's just going to get too wonky. Yeah, that was too much. I think that's pretty much all I can do. Just look at the crop. These things are just off center. Maybe just stay kind of wide. All right, I'm going to call it right there. All right, just let that render for a second. So the instant film filter really makes the colors really, really wonky, and I think that works for this scene. So that's why I chose it. Compositionally, you know, I like symmetry. It's just that's because of the genre I work professionally in. So every time I try and correct something, just keep in mind that my brain is tuned to making things symmetrical and straight, even though it may be at the cost of the actual what the photographer was going for. Maybe you wanted this kind of off-centered, weird angle uh, because of all of the paint and everything going on. But I just by nature, professionally speaking, I'm just constantly looking at straight lines and perspective, right? So anyhow, but yeah, it's a really cool shot. All right, let's oh, okay, Stephen, we'll see you later. I'm sorry, everybody's dropping out like flies now. I don't know if we're gonna make it through all the edits. I might only have one person left by the time I'm done. Okay, let's see. We have here the EM10 Mark II with the 8mm fisheye. Yeah, this is a lot like a shot I took recently. It's kind of a fisheye and a fisheye, right? Kind of shot. So um, I'm just going to square this off. Well, not square it off, but let's see. The top here is, let's go 16 by 9. And yeah, that'll work. A little bit cut off. I don't know if it doesn't hurt too much to do that. Because this is the interesting part is down here, these benches. And then definitely, oh, I like these red trees though. This is cool. Um, let me see if I can pop that out a little bit more. And let's just pull back on the purple. Oh, I don't have color control here, so let me turn off the art filter. I don't like this purple that came up. It's there anyway. So we'll leave it. Okay. Jeff is going too. All right, Jeff. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming in. Let's see, vignette. And I think that's it. Nothing else I can do here. Crank the sharpening up. Okay. This whole bottom part is the most interesting part. I wish the water was smoother and there was something in here other than this one reflection. But okay, I think that's it. I can't do anything else. Let's do a before and after. This is from Image Writer. Just a 16 by 9 crop. So let's do that full screen by itself. Now full screen, it looks a lot better because you can see all the benches at the bottom, and the shadow of the fence is amazing. Oh, and there's a little bicyclist down here. Man, if you waited like another minute, he could have been in the frame. That would have been a really good shot. If this bicyclist over here on the right was in the shot. Okay, let's man, I don't think you guys are seeing my mouse. Are you? You're not. Let me fix that real quick. Uh, there. Sorry about that. I'm doing all these adjustments and you guys couldn't see where my mouse was. All right, let's do the next one. And we have a Panasonic GX85 with a 45 millimeter at f9, 1/640th, ISO 400. So, okay, Lauren, I would have shot this probably at f5.6, ISO 200, and then had a faster shutter speed still, but close enough. Let's see if I can. Oh, with with a JPEG, I can't do much here, and it's already black and white. So, um, hmm. I don't know. I think this is a done picture. I can't. There's nothing else I can do. Let's see if the haze brings any of the beach in. But not really, because it's a JPEG, so not much can be done. Definitely no highlights are coming back. Um, I can try and pull a little bit that way. Oh, hey, John. Yeah, I'm using Olympus Workspace. I don't know if you can see that up here in the top left corner. It's for Olympus cameras. It's free. I think that's all I can do, Lauren. You've already sent in a pretty much done image. Really interesting shot. But there you have it. Just a very, very mild edit. Oh, let's see the before and after. So it looks like I did something. Not going to look like much, though. The only thing in mind is you can see a little bit more of the water here. And that's it. So, okay. Nice clean shot. I mean, probably pretty much straight out of camera for if I know Lauren. He doesn't do a lot of processing. All right, let's see. We have one here from Peter Adi. And oh yeah, John, just go to Olympus website and or search for it and you'll find it. And you got to put your serial number in to download it from your camera, but that's it. Okay, this is a EM10 Mark II with a 14-42 kit lens, f13. Oh, that's a little high. 1/100th ISO 2. Yeah, you could have shot this at f5.6, like half that. But that's okay. We're at f13. So the image is going to lose a tiny bit of sharpness. What is this guy smiling? Man, that's a great smile. All right. I don't like this bush right here, so I'm going to crop that out. And I don't know about this red bus. I like this line of lights going up to a clock. If I do that, that's a little tighter shot. All right, wait. What if I do? No, that's not going to work. Whoops, whoops. I think, well, that might work. Okay, good. And let's try bleach bypass 2. And then then we can just tweak it a little bit up for ourselves. Just to make it a little more contrasty. Tiny bit of the haze to bring in some of this stonework maybe. And everything is straight. Really good job, Peter, with the with all the lines being straight. Man, you can't ask for much better than that. It's just slightly off, but I'm not going to mess with it. Let's warm it up a tiny bit, and I think I'm done. Okay, Paul, we'll see you. Thanks for coming in. Good having you in tonight. Let's see. Yeah, just a tiny bit warmer. And maybe bring up the blacks a little bit more. Right there. Gradation looks good. Let's do that. Turn off the noise filter. And I think I'm done. So, all right. So there's a before and after. Yeah, I like this bleach bypass filter for city type scenes. And then all I did was crank in some contrast and that's it, really, and warmed it up a tiny, tiny bit because the bleach bypass is a little bit too cold. So I think that came out pretty good. All right. Oh, thanks, John. Let's see what we got here. This is from Ian. EM5 with the 12 to 50, 35 millimeters f8, 1/1.3. I wonder if we can see Ian in here. I don't see him. Dang it. Sometimes you can see. Anyway, this is probably in some mall or something, right? Because we got a shop here and oh, this is a college maybe. Anyway, yeah, it might be a college. Let's see. Man, let's try vertical. Whoops. And then just center this. And I'm going to go dramatic tone if it's here. Yeah, there we go. Dang it, what? Hold on, I'm sorry. Source list, source. All right, that's better. Okay. Okay, sorry. We need to straighten slightly. All right, good. And I think that's it. Nothing else needs to be done. Maybe a tiny bit of warmth. Maybe a slight vignette. And okay, I'm going to call it right there. So there's the before and after. I mean, the hard filter did most of the work, but I think cropping vertically just eliminates everything, because the only thing we really want to look at in this image, in my mind, is what's reflecting off these two giant discs, right? And that's it. So I think that works. Okay. Let's see. We have a bridge from Marjorie. Oh, Marjorie, I don't know if you're still here or not, but this is a beautiful picture. EM5 with a 25mm f1.8 at f8, 1/250th. Yep, all good settings. Thank you, Ed. This one here, yeah, this is a nice shot. The problem is the left side's cut off, because we have this nice buffer on the right side that this is leading into, but then this is cut off here. And there's a tiny bit of blue sky, or it might be I'm just tired. But it looks like I see a little bit of blue right there. Let me see what this does. Yeah, I like that. And let's do auto here, sharpen here, filter off here. And then I'm debating whether I should go a little bit soft instead of, let me see if there's anything in the skies there. Almost nothing, so we're not going to save that. So be more square. The sky is just so blown out. Yeah, that feels good. Now the question is it, let me see what a soft focus looks like. I really like what the pop art filter did, but I think I'm going to go with this. And then crank up the saturation here. And then let's work with the tones again. I can pull this. Actually, let me just compress it totally. Right there. Okay, add some vignette. Hopefully that's not too heavy. A little heavy in the top left, but it's okay. And then let's warm it up a tiny bit. Maybe 6,000. That's just a hair too warm. There we go. And I did that. I did this. I need one more thing in here. Clarity maybe. I'm just trying to bring out a little bit more detail on this brickwork here. I think the image is fairly straight. Let me see. It needs a little bit of straightening. Just like so, just a tiny bit, maybe a tiny bit more. Okay. Yeah, that looks straight. All right, I think I'm done. Well, I'm out of time, so I am done. We'll let that render out and go up to before and after. It's still rendering, but I think the challenge with the original composition was the bridge was cut off on the entrance or the left side. So rather than uh, keep it, I had to frame it. I kind of wanted, I wish I could have got a little more of this block in here. But I wanted to frame the bridge with everything around it instead of this being cut. I just didn't like this part here. But I think that came out pretty nice. Okay, Marjorie, beautiful shot. Let's see what we got here. This is a EM10 Mark III with a 75 to 300 at 75 millimeters, ISO 200, 1400, f32. What the heck is up with that? You could have probably easily done this at like f8 or something. Super bright day though, but okay. Yeah, look at this. There's heat distortion here too. It must have been hot too. 'Cause look at the wires and everything. They're all distorted. Uh, let's see. I think this one, I don't know if the colors are worth saving because I just don't like this blue and green. I'm gonna go black and white. Oh, you're here, WTG host. This is Randy Sherrar. That's your screen name, huh? Okay. I'm gonna go black and white because it's just. Oh, and this is a monochrome anyway, so I'm not gonna be able to do much with the color. I'm sorry, JPEG. So the colors are gonna just be a disaster anyway. Let's do that. Oh, you have a lens spot here. So that's the other thing with shooting at high apertures. You start seeing all your sensor spots. Let's do that. Let's do that. And see if I can just get rid of this sensor spot. All right, composition, I think a square or wide. Let's try wide. Come down and maybe come in this way. All right. We'll do about that on sharpness. Oh, hey, Alex. Yeah, check. There's a menu setting. Make sure you're shooting in large, okay? Go into the menu in your JPEG settings. All right, let me finish this edit, then I can answer that question. I think I'm done here though. Hold on, okay. My OBS is being weird today. Let me just do a little bit more on the tone curve. And then we'll add a split tone. Go a little bit sepia there and here. Go to the green channel. Pull a little bit off of that. Okay. Well, no, maybe not. Yeah, it needs a little bit of a pull there. All right. Let's call it there. So there's a before and after. I just made it more vintage looking. I think it'll look better if I full screen it. But yeah, that looks good. But yeah, you can tell it's a super hot day, man, with all the distortion going on. But the only mistake I really saw in the settings was F32. That's pretty crazy. All right. Yeah, quick question on the EM10. Let me see. I think I can just use my EM5. Go to exposure. So, let me see. You want to go in this menu here. Oh, well, you can't see it. Let me do this. So go into your cogs menu, custom menu, and then go down here to menu, this one here, the resolution, color, and white balance. And then right here, set, right, is the first line item. And just make sure all of these are set to large, super fine, LSF like that. I know it's hard to see. Maybe I can darken this. Yeah. So make sure everything is set there like that. That may be the problem. Also, you can check this. You might be on middle or small. So, but I think it's really here. You want to make sure these are all set to large. Okay. So hopefully that answers, or that was the right answer. All right, let's see. We still got, oh my God, so many. Let me, how do I get to the next one? Where is it? This one. Oh, this looks like a double exposure almost. Scott Munford. But maybe it's not. Maybe I don't know what this is. It's really interesting though, but it's very blurry. What did you do here? EM5 Mark III, 14 to 150 at 14 millimeters, 1/400th. Settings are fine, but why is this very soft? Not sure why. Okay. Let's see what else is in here. Nothing. If I can bring out the contrast here. I think the haze will do that. Like I said, it really looks like a double exposure to me. Scott says here, that was the viewer edit of my photo. Oh, okay, this is not a, this, I thought the top of the trees looked familiar. All right, so that needs to be a viewer edit, right? Okay, we'll come back to that. And that's a viewer edit, definitely. I see you sent two in, because these rocks look familiar. And this is, I seriously doubt that's a viewer edit. But it says PB2. Hold on, let me look at the viewer edit. PBO, yeah, that's another viewer edit. So these three are viewer edits. This one, this one, this one. We'll put that in there. All right. All right, we'll come back and talk about those. Let's see. Wow, look at this. This is nice. This is a, what is this? This is a EPL8 with a 40 to 150 kit. 1/800th, yep, all good settings. Again, you know, try to shoot ISO 200 if your shutter speed can handle it. But yeah, this is beautiful. It just needs to be wider. I would say 16:7. Come down and do some dehaze. Maybe about halfway, a little more. Good. And whoops, go to RGB. Bring this in, bring this in. Bring this up a little bit right there. Crank up the sharpness again. Oh, this is a JPEG, that's why. All right. So when I started playing with the tone curve, it wasn't moving the way I thought it would. Let's warm it up a little bit. And tiny bit warmer. Touch of magenta. A little more saturation. I have individual colors, so I'm going to pull back on the blues a little bit. Let's see, saturation. Let's do a little bit here. Oh my God, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Let's see. Right there. Let's do a little bit more in the middle. There. Pull this in. Not that much, but right there. Add a clarity. All right, I think that's it. So before and after, I think I could make it a little bit warmer, but I'm about 90% of where I want to be. It's a JPEG, so I'm having a little trouble getting the colors. I mean, maybe not because of JPEG, but I'm having a little trouble getting it to warm up just right. But I think that looks good. Nice wide shot. There's just too much sky in the first one, right? I think with this one, there's a little bit of blotchiness down here. That's because it's a JPEG. So if you reprocess the raw image, you won't get all of this blotchiness. And this will be a beautiful, beautiful picture. So very good, Daniel. Thank you. Let's go to the next one. Friends don't let friends shoot JPEG. All right, two more left on the Olympus side. What is this? This is looks like a fallen tree with some sun hitting it. From Dave Nelson. Oh, hey, Dave. So, EM1 Mark II with a 12 to 40, 40 millimeters f5. Yep, all good settings, -3. Center weighted, no flash. All right. So I think first I'm just going to square crop it. And then push the warmth a little bit more. crank the sharpness up there. Maybe give this a little bit of an angle. Right there. A little bit over or angle. Okay. And a bit warmer here, touch of magenta. There's just nothing left in the histogram. It's all pushed over here. Got this tiny spike on the left. But we'll go there and there. Let me see if I can just tweak this color a little bit. Boy. Just brown it. Need a little more red. We're going for massive contrast. Yeah, we're getting there. Greens. Let me pull it back a little bit. The green is a little bit too strong in this. I might have overdone it by taking it out. But I think right there. And then not that we need vignette, but I want to vignette. I want to try and get this branch off the edge of the frame. Let me back it off right there. I think that's all I can do here. Let me just look at the scene again. I can, yeah, this is, let me look at this side. Yeah, this, the eyes are going, the light's going the wrong way for this. Maybe right about there. And see if I can bring back some of these leaves. Okay, I think that's it. Let's call it. All right. So there's the before and after. It was just a little bit too green mainly. And then, yeah, if you're trying to go for high contrast, it wasn't hard to do. Just mess with the tone curve a little bit, right? Maybe this one little spot down here I can crop out a little bit tighter, but we're about 90% there, I think. I think that looks more interesting with just a little speculars of the leaves kind of in the blackness. All right. Yeah, that one little part right there I didn't like. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah, now this is good. Yeah, that was the actual shade of green as shot. Yeah, probably. I could put it back a little closer, but anyhow, let me go on. This is the next one here. What do we got here? An E410. Wow, an oldie but a goodie. 14 millimeters. F9. That's a little high. 1/160th ISO 100. Okay. Good settings. I dropped the aperture down to about an f5.6 on this camera, or on that lens. So I have a couple of options here, and this is a JPEG from John Follows. The idea. Oh, hey Lauren, how are you? I don't know if there's going to be enough detail left if I crop in that tight, but that's kind of where I would go. Man, giant sensor spot here. Wow, that's going to be tough to fix at this if I crop in this much. But I'm going to go a little bit of gradation here. Wow. The only other option, yeah, I don't like that. I think right here, get rid of this house on the left just barely, and just come in right there. All right, we'll call it there. Other than this sensor spot right here, which you're gonna have to use a Lightroom or something else. A little bit crooked. I don't know if I can fix that spot or not. Bigger. All right, that's it. I'm gonna call it there. Because it's already processed pretty well. Wait for that to render out, but I think we're good. Oh, let me get out of there. There we go. Kind of got rid of the sensor spot, but that's the idea. There's the before and after. So yeah, it's just way too much sky. I think the most interesting part are all these little fishing boats and things in the bottom, right? Right up here. Just too bad about that sensor spot. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let me think for a second. 5:30. Wow, this is a long stream. I think I started this at, oh, it's 6:30. Oh, we're all right. We're all right. Man, I thought I've been going for 3 hours, but it's only been an hour and a half. I keep changing the time. Let's go over to Lightroom and see if there's anything there. But okay, John, thanks. I think that's the main, that's where I would crop it. Let me synchronize this folder. Oh, thank you, John. Oh, awesome, Lauren. You got your RPN? Good deal. Yeah, I liked that camera when I had it. For the little time I had it, it was a nice little camera. Um, I bet that 24 to 105 though is a lot more manageable, right? Because when I tested it, it had the 24 to 200, which was just a bazooka of a lens. But I think the 24 to 105 will be a lot easier to manage, right? Wow. There are no non-Olympus images today. Maybe this one or this one, but they were Oh, this one I haven't done. All right, here's one. Okay. Yeah, I know, Lauren. I just the images you send in are really good already. I just try to do something a little different, but yeah, there's really not a lot to do with your images when they come in. So I just try to take a whole different approach. Let's straighten this out and let's do a vertical. Crop in a little tighter. See how that looks. Yeah, I need to go a little bit higher. Okay, good. And this was from, oh, Dawood. Okay, Dawood. Let's do black and white because there's nothing but green in this shot and a little bit of brown, but I'm gonna go black and white and we'll just do a little dehaze, little clarity, texture, all the blacks, and yeah, I didn't need to pull the blacks and do that. Maybe back the dehaze off a bit. There. And yeah, it's plenty sharp. I think just a slight vignette. Uh, like so. Come in a little tighter, feather it, keep the highlights. And I'm not getting quite the look I want. Okay, let me split tone it. So we're gonna pull the shadows light green, highlights maybe a little bit over here. Just to do something a little different. Yeah. Midtones kind of in the green range. I don't like these wheels a whole lot. Maybe I just don't know how to use them. But I prefer sliders over these wheels to some extent. Okay, I think I'm done there. Oops, this one. All right, so let me create a virtual copy and reset and compare. All right, so there's the before and after. Um, yeah, I think that works. I would have framed this a little higher. You're just a little bit too low, so I get more of the steps in the picture. um, oh, you're out of sync, Lauren? That's okay. It's hard when you come in late, you know, the stream could be anywhere, right? But okay, I think we're good there. All right, let's look at the viewer edits. We'll go in here. And let me pull up the original image just for reference. Oh, this is another viewer edit that came in. And a few came in. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's too late. I'll bring in this one. This is from Kilowin. I'll have to edit them next on Sunday. I can't do it anymore tonight. I'm too tired. But I'll review your edit of my picture. Let's see. The original image was here. So here's the original, not very flattering image, but it's an old mill of some kind right near some train tracks. Okay, so let's see what you guys did. Where did Lightroom go? My chat window. There we go. Oh, hey Adam, how are you? I'm glad you could. I'm glad you made it though. All right. Wow, look at that. This is from. Let me close this window. This is from Music Sound Gear. Nice job. Really good tones. It's like a dramatic tone. I like that. And it brought back some of the colors. Not much on the cropping side, but yeah, that looks good. Nice square crop. And this is from Ed Krasinski. Okay, good black and white. A little bit soft on the top, but the bottom, I like the rocks in the water. Really good contrast there. Yeah, this was tough. It was a tough one, right, Scott? I know. Uh, I had a hard time with it myself. That's why I gave it to you guys. See what you guys could do. I never give you ones that were super easy for me because then, you know, uh, it's obvious. When you take a picture, sometimes it's obvious what the subject is and what you need to do, if anything. You know, like sometimes, like shots that Lauren send me. You know, they're pretty much done. Like I wouldn't give those to somebody to edit, right? Because it's like it's done. What else are you gonna do? Um, but I always give you something that's gonna be tough to edit sometimes. Some are harder than others. I didn't think this one was too bad. Um, oh, this is a good vertical crop. Went for the reflection. This is from Bob. Okay, Bob, I like this. I like this. You kept it nice and dark. I kind of like that look. Let me see if I can expand that a little more. Good. All right. Yeah, and then this is Scott's, right? You just cropped in on the top of the trees, but I don't remember those shadows being in the background. That's I guess they had to be there. I have to look at my original image a little closer. And then I think this is you again, right, Scott? Yeah, you just cropped in on the water here. You kept the blues. The blues are nice, but yeah, it's too tight because this lens is not that sharp that you can crop in down to like just the last few pixels left, basically. Um, yeah, Ed. Bob did a good job with the vertical crop and the reflection. I thought so too. And Scott is just cropping in down to like 2 pixels or something. Shadows added after the fact. Oh, okay. So these shadows, yeah, that I like that. I like that part actually a lot. Um, if you're talking about these trees, this one is just cropped in too tight and too messy. You know, because the lens is not that sharp. It's not the processing at all. And this I like nice and warm. Because the shot I had before was very cold. And look at the sky. You did a sky replacement too. So that's cool. Joni Peltonen, Peltonen, sorry. But Joni sent this in. Jonas, right? You were here earlier. Um, yeah, I like this. That's some hardcore editing there with the sky replacement. Wow, this is cool. I like this one. This is Image Writer. Wow, good job. It's kind of a mix of soft focus and this really crazy contrasted colors. And that's the original sky that was there. So you really brought the sky back in. Um, yeah, good job, Image Writer. You're killing me, Lauren. They probably are. They are probably stuffed with those ballots. And this is very similar edit to the one we just saw. Oh, it probably is the same person here, Image Writer, right? Okay, this is more of a wintry look, right? This is like summer and then this is winter. Because now it looks almost like snow and ice, right? So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I like this one too, John. This is really good from Image Writer. All right, and then this one, it looks just a square crop basically and a little bit of processing. I don't think it's enough, John. Yeah, John follows. Yeah, it needs a little more processing to save this image. It's like this. I don't think there's enough. You know, there's just not enough processing. This image needs a lot of help. But it's a good square crop though. Everybody's kind of, you know, someone else did this crop. I like this crop actually. And Rick says, I'm not actually here. I was just curious how late you folks were staying up. Tonight's trekathon. I know. Wow, look at this. This looks like it has like an alien planet, right? 2 suns or 2 moons shining through. Marcel. Wow. Okay, Marcel. Good job. Very interesting edit. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm hurting myself here. Let's see. But that's good. I like this edit. Very interesting. Yeah, good call, DeMorgan. Yeah, it is Marcel. Yep. And then this is very vintage. This cyan kind of processing. This is interesting, Serge. Okay. Yeah, Serge. Very interesting. Yeah, I like this one. He thought it was Dave's with all the flames. I know Dave Nelson with the flames. He's the pyromaniac, right? Yeah, I like this edit too. This is very, very different. Oh, look at this is interesting too. You found where the light was coming from, it looks like. Really good job. I like I like how it's reflected down here. I don't remember seeing that in the original. Let me look again. Yeah, there is the light is over here. Okay. Very interesting. This is so basically you fake the sun a little bit, but that's good. I like this. Really interesting edit. Who did this one? This is interesting. Where's okay, Rick, we'll see you later. Nice to see you pop in. Say goodnight to Magrat. This was, oh, Marcel. Okay, good job, Marcel. You really did a good job finding the light in that image. It's a little bit wonky, for some reason. Looks like he did some keystoning maybe, or maybe it's just the way that building is standing. It looks weird with this edit. And then this is, wow, this is really soft. This is probably by Dave, right? Oh, Serge again. Wow, okay, Serge. This is a nice, really tight crop, and you really made the tree stand out somehow without taking away the silos somehow. This is a really good edit too. Wow, man, you guys are amazing. I would not have come up with any of these. Actually, this is very close to what I came up with when I edited it. I can't remember how I edited it, but it was a little bit like this. But this is very close to what I did. This is from let's see, Ian. Okay, Ian. Yeah. Actually, I think it's on Instagram, my edit. Let's see. I don't think I even did sepia. Here's my edit. I forgot to show you guys my edit. So I did a very similar crop to what some of you did. I did a terrible job with the processing. Um, as you can see. Anyway, let's go back to you guys. That's funny. That's funny, Rick. Ellie's sleeping down here. She is passed out, man. Um, anyway, yeah, this is good. Okay. This was from Ian, right? Hold on. Yeah, Ian. Okay, Ian, nice. Still better than what I did. Oh, this is cool too. Look, they put Bigfoot in there. That's awesome. I like that. Good color processing, but I like the little Bigfoot. All right. That's cool, Dave. And yeah, Dawood just cropped the heck out of into one house. God, this is like 2 megapixels of the image, right? Just this one little house way in the corner. Okay. Whew, excuse me. I'm really dying here myself. I don't know why. You guys are sending me all this everybody's saying, I'm going to bed. Good night, good night. Now I'm like, yeah, me too. Yeah, Scott, you did a good job too, man. I mean, you were fine, but I think I'm gonna go with let me see. I'm not even gonna look at the names. Let me see. I really like this edit, and I think I'm gonna go with this because this looks almost painted from Image Writer. I think this is my favorite edit of them all. I mean, I'm not picking winners. I'm just saying I like this one the most, right? Uh, that's cool. Bigfoot is always raw edits. That's funny. All right, everyone. So, gosh, thanks so much for joining me again today and sending all your images in, especially for editing mine. Um, you know, you guys always do an amazing job on my edit, on my images. So I'll try and put another one out there that's kind of interesting. You guys took what I thought was a very mundane image and just made it amazing. All of these edits. So you guys are awesome. Thanks. And we'll be back on Sunday, God willing. Um, so yeah, everybody go get some rest. I know it's really late or very early in the morning for many of you. And it's getting close to my bedtime, actually. I go to bed like at 9 o'clock now. So you guys have a great evening, morning, rest of your day, and we'll see you this weekend.